And Lucy, what was it like performing on School Rumble?
Blast from the past.
Exhausting. It was a blast. Brina Palencia was my director for most of that, and I felt really fortunate to get to do that. I feel like those kind of characters, there's just no ceiling. So really and because characters that are energetic like that, it's kind of a marathon to sustain the energy. You're sort of constantly, and Brina would be really good about it. You know, sometimes people who have done this for a long time, it's easy to do a good job, honestly. You know, you're used to doing what you do. But Brina would really push me and go, I think you can do something. I mean, that was fine. It would be like, that was fine what you did, but can you do something better?
That is very Brina.
That is very Brina. And I really appreciated that because that character is so rich and so fun. She's just this floating sort of mind lapse with a lot of energy. And also there was singing in the show. And I don't know if you know this, but Brina Palencia has perfect pitch.
Yes.
I don't have perfect pitch. I do not. I'm a character singer. We all know what that means. That means I am not a trained, like, really great singer. But because she has perfect pitch, she would be like, let's just take it line by line. She just really pushed me, and it was super fun. Also, I love that in that show, I got to play around, and there was an episode where I got to voice like the other characters. So Tenma trying to voice the other characters in the show was super fun for me. That was really different. Harryman, that was great.
I actually have a question for the panel. So I am here with WRCT, which is Carnegie Mellon's radio station, but I'm also a Pittsburgh native, and I've been coming to TECO since I was in middle school. So my question is this your first time in Pittsburgh? And also, what has been your favorite part of the city so far?
I love the hills. You know, I'm from Houston, and it is just as flat as a pancake. And our city, because there are no hills to sort of hem us in, our city is 60 square miles.
It's ridiculous.
Wide. So the downtown feel here of everything being more close and with history and age and all of that, I love. I also have loved the food so far. I had one of those. We went to Tony's for a gyro yesterday, right around the corner. That was delicious.
Thank you for pronouncing it correctly.
You know what? I was not confident about that, but I will take it.
This is for the ladies, actually, both of you. Have you felt any difference being a woman in the voice acting field, or do you find it to be a pretty strong place whenever promoting like equality?
That's a good question.
Also, I would say that, you know, sometimes there's an idea that there's not as many roles for women in the arts and stuff, except in anime, that's not true. There are lots of roles, is a lot of content, and so if you're an actor, there's a lot to do, and I think that on the director and production side, we're getting more female representation. You know, more women are beginning to fill those roles.
Yeah, I had a commercial session the other day where it was a female marketing executive, female engineer, female director, and then me as the voice actor, and I went, I just want to take a moment. Because 10 years ago, this never would have happened.
No.
And it's a vagina party in here, and I just want to celebrate this for 1 second. And it was just a nice moment to kind of look around and go, hey, look, this never would have happened. How cool is this? So.
Okay, Lucy, you've played some of my favorites, such as Elsie from God Only Knows, and Hestia. Being a Greek boy, I really gravitated towards the Greek goddess there.
Yes.
And both are rather good-natured characters. Do you prefer to play these more good-natured characters, or would you like to play characters with a little bit more attitude?
Well, all of them. But I think the challenge of more difficult people is interesting. And I've been lucky to play extremes, I feel. Like there's, your Hestias and your Elsies. And then you have your, I don't know, Medusas from Soul Leader, Eloise Trancy from Black Butler, Ophelia in Claymore, that are not. They're just different. And I'm fortunate to get to do all of that. I feel like that is more of a trick because it messes with my range more, harder to sustain. And, but really, I'm grateful for all of it. I'm just grateful.
It's kind of fun to be crazy once in a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The therapy of doing what we do. I mean, I don't think any of us would deny that it's wonderful, it's wonderful. But you'll see us, like, if you ever watch any of the behind the scenes videos, for characters that are more up and stuff, like Tenma and those kind of things, there's just all of this trying to get all of the energy out of your body and put it into your voice and into the microphone. But then you have people, I think Chris Sabat used to call it their coffee shop voices, or coffee voices, where it's slow, you can hold your cup and you're not even moving, and you're just trying to put it over. And of course his kind of voice and like these wonderful deep voices get those all the time. I don't get those so often. So that's a real trip for me. It's fun.
Thank you.
So, I know you have your cat Effie. I also have a black cat.
Yeah.
So I love your videos of Effie. But for the full panel, do you guys have any pets? And if so, which one of your characters' voices closest reflects the voice you use with your pets?
I don't have pets, I have children. They are starting to lobby for pets. So we're in negotiations right now.
But what are the voices that you give your children?
Like my voice with them is probably like Kaname Chidori, where it's all fine until something goes wrong, and then it's fans and but no, they're fantastic. And honestly, my oldest daughter has inherited my voice. She's really loud without meaning to be. And that is a really hard thing because she gets told to be quiet a lot. And there's a very fine line between being like, be quiet, you are loud. You are a loud girl. Stop being a loud girl, right? And being like, you're a loud girl and that is awesome. You must control that power. You've got to learn to control that. My youngest daughter is 5, and she has an incredible voice. It's so weird and unique, and she hasn't lost all of her baby yet. Mm-hmm. And she's in a dual language program, so her trying to speak Spanish is hilarious. Hilarious. But it's just great. I can't even do them justice. They're great. But I, with them, am probably Kaname Chidori. Everything is great until it's not.
I definitely want to get this one from the panel before we do wrap things up. What are you working on now or coming up in your pipeline that you're like, you've got to watch this program? I mean, what kind of, what is your must-read, must-watch suggestion right now for presently or in the future that you're allowed to speak about? Because I know how some of them are, don't say anything.
And I'm in the great position right now of having a lot of stuff I can't talk about. But for both studios, so that's nice. But we're back working on My Hero. Mm-hmm. We're in the new season of that, which is so fun. And I just finished a 8-book series, audiobook series about vampires called the Captive series. Why are vampires so broody? It's so angsty, you guys. It is so angsty. I would take a break and just be like, oh, the vampire angst. And these relationships where it's like, we are now like, it's so, okay, whatever. But that was super fun. It is a different skill set, reading books. But I do that out of my house And I started doing that when my babies were little. So that was a nice way to keep voice acting and reading and stuff. Wow.
So were the contractors confused when you wanted a soundproof room?
Yeah, kind
They
of.
were like, should we call police?
Well, I know, right? In a weird way, and Monica knows this, my house is very small, and someday we'll add on and make like a real studio. But right now we are sort of making do with this 1950s home studio. But it is, the walls, like I was like, can we get the triple paned glass? And can I get for this window, and can I get this? And they were like, what are you planning to do? And I said, you know, read books. Stuff. But yeah, so there's a lot of fun stuff happening right now. And I'm excited for some things to come out. Some things are, I think, just such an honor. Like stuff that's come back that's being reintroduced is great.
I have a question for the panel again. What role did you have that sort of you either struggled the most with or sort of took you the longest to sort of like find the voice for, I suppose?
I think for me it's boys. So there was a weird but wonderful show called Magical Shopping Arcade Abinabashi. And my character is Sashi in it. He's a little boy. And it is super talky. The whole thing is, there's just a lot of words. And it's Jessica Boone and I most of the time talking. But our director also was Don Rush. And it was really hard. That was a hard show. And it was hard to sustain the voice because it was low and it's a boy and we have these accents. It was hard.
Just the name brought back a wave of PTSD. I wasn't
Yes.
expecting. I was like,
Yes, the memories.
It was difficult. And just like the very last volume, because remember that was when they would release the DVDs with only 5 episodes on it, or 4 or 5 episodes. At the very end of this series, he put at the very end of the credits, it said, "Rest in peace, Luci Christian's vocal cords." And over that was one of my never-ending, oh shit, like this long, never-ending thing. And it was just a little gift of him to me. It's a little nod to what he put me through in the show. That was hard. It was hard to sustain, find and sustain.